We'll give you those stories, but first, this breaking news. Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa is about to be arrested at the headquarters of the online news site in Pasig City. A warrant for her arrest has been served by an officer of the National Bureau of Investigation. This is in connection with the cyberlibel case against Ressa. Ressa has denied all allegations in that case. Our Paolo Barcelon joins us from the Rappler office. Paolo, what's going on there?
Well, Pia, right now, the atmosphere here inside the Rappler office is quiet but tense as we are awaiting what is going to happen with Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa. Now, based on initial information that we've got here on the scene, some NBI officers served a warrant of arrest to Ms. Ressa around 5 o'clock in the evening, or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, here in the Rappler headquarters for cyberlibel. And NBI officials have banned members of the media to take photos and videos near Ms. Ressa here in their office. And with me right now is the head of the investigative desk and training of Rappler, Ms. Chai Hofilenya, to further explain to us the situation. Ms. Chai, good evening. You're live now at CNN Philippines. Can you kindly explain to us what had happened here in your office?
This was actually a surprise for us. No? NBI agents came over this afternoon and they brought with them a warrant of arrest. So they're waiting. They're actually at the moment they're speaking with one of our lawyers, one of the lawyers of Maria. So the warrant of arrest is for a violation of Section 4C4 of RA 10175, which is really the cyber libel law. And it says here, you are further commanded to execute and implement this warrant of arrest within 10 days from receipt. Wherefore, after the expiration of the said 10-day period, you shall make a return to this court, and in case of failure to execute and implement the same, you shall state the reasons therefore. The warrant of arrest is dated February 12, so this was yesterday.
I see. So, ma'am, there were no indications at all that Ms. Ressa was going to be arrested today?
No, but we know, but because this is a live case. Of course, there's always a possibility that a warrant could be served anytime.
I see. And what was she doing at the time of the arrest, ma'am?
She was actually in a meeting with Facebook people, and we've had a series of meetings today, and so we were very, very surprised when the agents came and said they were going to serve this warrant.
Ma'am, how was Ms. Ressa treated during the conduct of the arrest? Were her rights been read, or how was she treated by the officers?
Oh, they're very, very professional. In fairness to the NBI, they said they were just here to implement this, to carry out the order, because they're just following orders. And I believe she will be, depending on the conversations with the lawyer. They said they just need to bring her to the NBI, but of course it's a bailable offense, so she can file for bail, and but then it's already past 6, no? So we and I don't know if there's a court that's open at this time, or if there's a night court, then bail can be filed there.
But will Ms. Ressa cooperate with authorities and join if ever she is ordered arrested?
Of course. It's an order, it's a legal order, so she will comply, and she will in the same way that the NBI agents were very professional. Maria, as a journalist, will also be very professional, and we will follow legal procedures.
Paolo, can you tell us, Paolo?
Counsel been, or has her counsel been consulted about this? Yes, Ms. Pia.
Yeah, Paolo, can you just tell us who was the judge who issued this warrant of arrest? I caught the date, February 12, but who was the judge?
The judge, Ms. Pia, is Ranielda Estacio Montesa.
And
Reynelda Estacio Montesa.
yeah. City?
Of Branch 46.
Of?
City... What city is this? Manila po, Ms. Pia.
Okay. Yeah, just call me Pia. Paolo, where are those NBI officers or the NBI agents who you say were there? A while ago, you were showing photographs of them. Where are they? Can your camera pan to show them? And, well, yeah, that's a photograph, but we're looking for live video
we
of them.
have been... All right, we'll be... Is it okay, ma'am, if we show the NBI agents over here? All right.
Go ahead, Paolo.
Okay,
Show
we'll
us.
be walking
Show us.
a
Where are
little
they?
bit inside the Rappler offices. We're showing them now.
Yeah, go ahead. The
They
tracking
are
shot is fine. We
currently
need to see. Yeah.
heading inside the. All right. This way.
Oh, the two
This way.
agents. Those two men with their backs to the camera.
Over here.
Were you
They're
able to
inside the
speak to
third.
them?
They're in the second. Yes, those are the two of the agents, and some of the other agents, Pia, are inside another briefing room, and they're talking with Ms. Ressa, Pia.
Okay. Well, were you able to speak to the NBI agents themselves?
Come again, I'm sorry?
Were you able to speak to the NBI agents themselves?
Well, not yet, Pia, but we will try to speak to them because we just came here moments ago and we have been blocked from getting closer to the room where some of the agents are talking with Ms. Ressa, Pia.
With Ressa and her lawyers. Anyway, Paolo, we're going to go back to you when there's a little bit more action there. Well, like Chai Hofiliania was explaining, Maria Ressa won't be able to post bail at this time since it is already past 6 o'clock unless they can find a court that is open. Anyway, we're going to get back to you, Paolo Barcelon, live there at the Rappler headquarters in Pasig, when we have the latest on the arrest of Rappler CEO Maria Ressa after a short break.
Tara, tara. Palabas na sila eh. Hindi ko lang sure susundan natin kung saan yan.
Welcome back to CNN Philippines Breaking News. The Rappler CEO Maria Ressa on her way out of the headquarters of Rappler in Pasig City. It looks like the NBI agents are escorting her out of the office. We're going to try and listen in just for a bit.
We'll go to the NBI. I'm sorry. It's at the office hours. Are you ready?
We go through, please.
Daan muna.
Yes. Let's Maria and the NBI officers.
Maria, are you going to
As of the moment.
So, Maria NBI, what can you say about this?
All right, Maria Ressa there, CEO of Rappler, surrounded by cameras, being escorted out of Rappler headquarters by NBI agents, and we presume her lawyers also there in that group of people. Ressa, it appears, is about to make a short statement, although a while ago she was saying that she is on her way to the National Bureau of Investigation in Manila. This arrest, the warrant for her arrest is for violation of the cyber libel law, RA 10175. It was a warrant that was signed just yesterday, February 12, by Judge Raynelda Estacio Montesa, presiding judge of Branch 46, RTC, Manila.
Kuya, may maraming balloon. Malalaglag kayo.
Maria Pastos. Excuse us, please.
Daan lang
Sorry.
Wala yung mga balloon.
Once we know.
No statements muna, please. No. No statements at the moment. We need to... Short comment lang.
It's available.
Our client will exercise. Why is she now allowed to without statements? No,
Others have CRT man. CR lang nga, guys. Sorry. CR lang.
baka samahan niyo pa sa pasok kaya.
Well, it appears the young man who was standing to Maria Ressa's right is her lawyer. He was saying that she's not going to be making any statements. As a matter of fact, Ressa was very careful as she was walking out of there, taking a brief break there. But we're expecting that the NBI will be escorting her out of the Rappler headquarters in Pasig. Let's listen into the lawyer for a moment.
Statement in due time. For now, we cooperate first with the NBI. Yun lang po. We just cooperate with the NBI. Yun lang po muna.
So will she be joining the arresting officers tonight, sir?
Well, we are cooperating with the NBI.
So you're going to NBI na po? Anong mangyayari sa NBI, attorney? What will happen do sa NBI?
No further statements.
Sir, maayos naman po yung pagtrato kanina ng NBI agents.
No further statements. But she's well, and we're assisting her, and we're cooperating with the NBI.
Attorney, kung process siya sa NBI, anong klase ng procedure yung gagawin sa kanila? Aside from posting ng agents?
No further comments. Yes. Attorney Darwin Angeles. Yes.
You're the lawyer.
One of the collaborating counsels, for Maria.
Sir, may I have your number? Sir, 9.
May I just type it down? It's just at bottom. This is just there's a warrant of arrest, and the NBI officers are here to perform their duty, and we are the lawyers for Maria, and we are here to make sure that her rights are protected. And we'll issue no further statements. We'll just make sure that Maria's rights are protected, and that's it.
So wala namang nangyaring harassment sa part ng mga arresting team? Wala naman.
Not to my knowledge.
But kanina ba, binawalan ba yung mga tao dito sa Rappler to take the photos?
No comment. I have no knowledge of that. Thank you very much. Let's just wait for.
But you
yes.
were given the deadline, 6 o'clock, you have to leave the office na.
We're just in coordination with the NBI and we're cooperating with them. Yes.
So ano yung next po ninyo, attorney?
Paolo?
Your next...
Paolo?
Our next step, of course,
Yes, Pia.
Yes.
Yes,
Paolo,
Pia.
can you ask him, will Maria Ressa be able to post bail tonight? Is that going to happen tonight, or what's next?
So what I know is I've not gotten an official copy of the
Hang on.
DOJ indictment.
we would have the chance to file a motion for reconsideration. We should. The fact that an arrest warrant has been issued, well, really interesting. And I will follow. I'm just shocked that the rule of law has been broken to the point that I can't see it. But don't take that.
Will you be posting bail tonight, Maria?
If it's possible.
What's your next legal move about this?
It's been discussed with counsel, but for
Why
now
don't
we
I-
have to cooperate.
Let's move
with
you
the
away
NBI.
from the banyo. How's that first, right? Let's move away.
There we go, Pia. Maria Ressa just said it. They will try to file bail tonight if they are possible, but they are yet to discuss with counsel. Let's listen in.
Ma'am, trabaho lang po ito. All I'll say is, ang dami pong tao na trabaho lang po. Pero dapat tingnan natin kung ano talaga yung trabaho na yon. I think that's what my lawyer says. So, I am. See you guys later. Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Maria, can all right, Maria, can Pia talk to you for a bit? Okay. At the NBI, okay.
NBI?
They're heading to the NBI headquarters in Manila, and that came from Maria Ressa herself. So they will be heading to NBI in Manila to what they say will be a cooperation amongst authorities regarding the warrant of arrest that was issued her earlier this afternoon. And right now we are heading down to the ground, and we will be following every move of Ms. Ressa's convoy until she is brought to the National Bureau of Investigation, Pia.
We're going to break away from Paulo Barcelon's live report from the Rappler headquarters in Manila. He was just reporting, and as we just saw, Maria Ressa accompanied by her lawyer and NBI agents, and they said they were going to cooperate with the NBI and that they are on their way to the NBI headquarters in Manila. That's it for now. I'll see you again at 7 for the second edition of Newsnight. I'm Pia Ontiveros. This is Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. I'm Pia Ontiveros. Our top stories: the online news site Rappler CEO is arrested for cyber libel. Where is Maria Ressa now? Breaking news still at this hour. Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa on her way to the National Bureau of Investigation headquarters in Manila. NBI agents arrested Ressa at Rappler's office in Pasig City this evening. This in connection with a cyber libel complaint filed against her over a story published in May 2012. That was months before the anti-cybercrime law was passed. We bring in our Paulo Barcelon, who is covering the story. Paulo, what is the latest?
Currently here at Shaw Boulevard as we follow the convoy of Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa as she heads to the NBI office in Manila. Ressa and her counsel, attorney Darwin Angeles, said earlier that they will comply with the NBI's order and that they will post bail later tonight if it is still possible. Around 5 o'clock this afternoon, the NBI agents headed to the Rappler offices in Pasig City to serve the warrant of arrest. They immediately banned members of the media from taking photos and videos inside the conference room where they were talking to Ressa. The warrant of arrest was issued Tuesday, February 12, by presiding judge Raynelda Estacio Montesa of the Manila Regional Trial Court Branch 46. Shortly before 6:30 p.m., Ressa went with NBI authorities and her counsel, and they claimed that they were not harassed nor treated badly during their conversation. Now, that arrest warrant, as you rightfully said earlier, Pia, was issued against Rappler, and it was in violation, allegedly, of Section 4 of Republic Act 10175, also known as the Cybercrime Law, that was in connection to a 2012 story that Rappler published about businessman Wilfredo King and his alleged ties to then Chief Justice Renato Corona. The NBI later dismissed King's complaint, but the Justice Department later ruled in King's favor. This was because King had argued that Rappler updated the report in 2014, which is 2 years after the enactment of the cybercrime prevention law. Now, Ressa has long denied all allegations, calling it, quote, an attack on press freedom. It can be recalled Pia, that sometime in December last year, Ressa also faced a threat of arrest for a different tax evasion case as she came home from the United States. But that threat didn't materialize, and Ressa was able to perform her duties as a journalist and company owner right until this day, Pia.
Paulo Barcelon there reporting live or by telephone. A journalists group slamming Maria Ressa's arrest. The National Union of Journalists of the Philippines says the cyber libel charge against Ressa is clearly manipulated and is, quote, a shameless act of persecution by a bully government, unquote. The group claims Ressa's arrest is part of what it calls the Duterte administration's obsession to forcibly silence media and to stifle free expression. The NUJP also calls on Filipinos to stand with the independent Philippine press. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your time. I'm Pia Ontiveros. You get tomorrow for Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines.
This is the newsroom on CNN Philippines tonight. Rappler CEO Maria Ressa is arrested over a cyber libel case. We have live updates from the NBI headquarters, where she is right now. Hello and welcome. I'm Ruth Cabal. Thanks for joining us. Breaking news still at this hour, the arrest of Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa. This is in connection with a cyber libel complaint. Ressa is now at the headquarters of the National Bureau of Investigation in Manila. Our Paulo Barcelon is closely monitoring the situation there. Paulo, can you tell us what's the latest?
Now, Ruth, just like what you said, Maria Ressa is here in the NBI headquarters, particularly in the Cybercrime Division office, which is just behind me. Now, she was accompanied to the NBI by her legal team, led by Attorney Darwin Angeles and a few Rappler staff members. Now, Ressa said earlier in an ambush interview that she was at a loss for words the moment when the order was served to her. Around 5 o'clock this afternoon, NBI agents went to the Rappler office in Pasig City to serve the warrant of arrest and immediately banned members of the media from taking photos and videos inside the conference room where they were talking to Ressa. The said warrant was issued Tuesday, February 12th by Presiding Judge Reynelda Estacio Montesa of the Manila Regional Trial Court Branch 46. Shortly before 6:30 p.m., Ressa went with NBI authorities and her counsel, who said they were not harassed nor treated badly during their conversation. Now, the arrest warrant that was issued against Rappler was in violation of Section 4 of the Republic Act 10175, also known as the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. This was in connection to a 2012 Rappler story about businessman Wilfredo Keng and his alleged ties with then Chief Justice Renato Corona. The NBI later dismissed Keng's complaint, but the Justice Department later ruled in Keng's favor. This was because Keng had argued that Rappler updated the report in 2014, which is 2 years after the enactment of the Cybercrime Prevention Law. Now, Ressa has long denied all allegations, calling it, quote, an attack on press freedom. She also remained defiant, saying that they are not intimidated and that no amount of legal cases, black propaganda, and lies can silence Filipino journalists who continue to hold the line. These legal acrobatics show how far the government will go to silence journalists, including the pettiness of forcing Ressa to spend the night in jail, according to Ms. Ressa. It can be recalled, Ruth, that sometime in December last year, she also faced a threat of arrest for a different tax evasion case as she came home from the United States, but that threat didn't materialize, and Ressa was able to perform her duties as an executive editor and CEO of Rappler and also a company owner. Ruth?
Okay, Paulo, so what can we expect for tonight? Will Ressa be spending the night there at the NBI?
Well, Ruth, according to Ressa, they will try to post bail tonight, but shortly before we went on the air, which was 9 o'clock, was the deadline for the night courts that would have enabled her, rather, to post bail. But given that it's already past 9 p.m., there is a high probability, or it's most likely, that she will spend the night under NBI custody. Now, Ms. Ressa is inside one of the rooms here in the NBI Cybercrime Division. And what's unusual is that before we went on the air, Ruth, there were no officials from the NBI here, meaning her booking procedure hadn't really started yet, Ruth.
Paulo Barcelon there reporting. Several groups slamming Maria Ressa's arrest. The National Union of Journalists of the Philippines says the cyber libel charge against Ressa is clearly manipulated and is, quote, a shameless act of persecution by a bully government. The group claims Ressa's arrest is part of what it calls the Duterte administration's obsession to forcibly silence media and to stifle free expression. The National Union of People's Lawyers also calling the arrest an undisguised attack on press freedom, which it says is an effective form of censorship. An international group which includes Nobel laureates also shows support for Ressa. The Reporters Without Borders Secretary General says the Rappler chief can rely on the solidarity of the 24 other members of the Commission on Information and Democracy, which Ressa is part of. UN Special Rapporteur Agnes Callamard likewise says in a tweet, quote, and another terrible nail in the coffin. Maria, I am thinking of you. You can count on me. You can count on us, unquote. And we now have on the line presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo. Good evening, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, Maria Ressa is calling this warrant for her arrest for tonight, released by the NBI, as an attack on press freedom. Your reaction to that, sir?
You know, just like the case filed against her with respect to tax evasion, this time it's libel. There is no connection whatsoever with exercise of press freedom. You must remember that there is a preliminary investigation with respect to any crime filed against any person, where the prosecutor determines whether there is probable cause or not. The moment they find out that there is one, then they file the case in court. And the court, through the presiding judge, will personally determine whether there is probable cause. And if he does find it so, then he issues a warrant for the arrest of the respondent or for the accused. So, in other words, the rule of law has been observed in this particular case. She was given the opportunity to present evidence to rebut charges against her, and there is no pending case in court. Now, she's complaining that the warrant of arrest was issued irregularly. I don't think so. Because, you know, a warrant of arrest issued by a court is only frowned upon when it is issued on a weekend, meaning at the end of Friday, you issue a warrant of arrest and the police officer would serve it to you. So you will have no more time to file a bail. You have to sleep in jail for 2 days before you can post bail. But I understand this was issued yesterday afternoon. So there's still time for her to file tomorrow morning. It's a weekday. So I think she's just making something out of nothing.
Sir, yung parang timing lang daw because the case was, the story was published, yung may cyber libel case, no, May 2012, and some are saying yung legalities lang na the violation was committed even before the law was enacted, 4 months before the law was enacted. Tapos patong-patong rin daw yung cases, including the tax evasion cases against Maria Ressa and Rappler.
Alam mo kasi ang batas, hindi namimili ng oras. Pag yun ay final sa'yo at napatunayan na may probable cause, talagang ipafile sa iyo. Otherwise, mamimili ka ngayon ng kakaroon ka ng discrimination. Sabihin lang po, dyan si Maria Ressa, journalist, ayaw galawin. Samantalang yung ordinaryo tao, dinidemanda, pinapa-aresto agad. Hindi po pwede yung, we cannot be using our influence, our stature as a journalist, or for that matter, our social status para magreklamo tayo na inaapi tayo. Hindi naman po pwede. Kailangan para pantay-pantay ang tingin ng batas sa lahat ng tao.
Okay. And then, sir, last na lang. So wala naman po talagang concerted effort on the part of the government allegedly to silence its critics because of these cases against Rappler and Maria Ressa?
Alam mo, napapansin mo si Presidente at ang administrasyon, hindi pinapabayaan lang ang katakot-takot na assault kanyang reputasyon, integrity. Wala nga dinidemanda. Di ba? Si Presidente na mismo ang binabanana, pinapabayaan niya lang. Kasi nga naniniwala siya sa kalayaan ng pagpapahayag.
Okay, thank you very much to Secretary Panel for taking our call tonight. Thanks for staying with us here in the newsroom. Again, our breaking news still at this hour, the arrest of Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa over a cyber libel complaint. Ressa is now at the headquarters of the National Bureau of Investigation in Manila. She was accompanied by her legal team, led by Darwin Angeles and a few Rappler staff members. The cyber libel complaint is in connection with the 2012 Rappler story about businessman Wilfredo King and his alleged ties with then Chief Justice Renato Corona. The NBI later dismissed Kang's complaint, but the Justice Department ruled in Kang's favor. This was because Kang had argued that Rappler updated the report in 2014, which is 2 years after the enactment of the cybercrime prevention law. Ressa has long denied all allegations, calling it, quote, an attack on press freedom. She also remained defiant, saying that they are not intimidated and that no amount of legal cases, black propaganda, and lies can silence Filipino journalists who continue to hold the line. Ressa will most likely spend the night at the NBI headquarters. Mixed reactions from netizens on Ressa's arrest. This netizen saying, she asked for it and she got it. Hashtag karma is unforgiving. Another netizen responding to those slamming the arrest. She says people should get to the bottom of the story before crying press freedom. John Cruz says getting arrested is a badge of honor for journalists and that history will be the judge. John Benedicto keeps his comment brief. He cries out selective justice. And Glenn Bautista says, stay strong, Rappler. The truth will prevail. And we have this breaking news. The Pasay Night Court has rejected Rappler CEO Maria Ressa's bail plea. And that's the newsroom tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Ruth Cabal. Good evening.